Welcome back to the Warriors Garden. Today we are doing a live test run of me being pepper sprayed and then completing an obstacle course. And I know this obstacle course looks a little ratchety, but it is not your typical obstacle course. This is not a pepper spray and then can I handcuff the bad guys type of thing that you typically see from police officers. This is a bad guy's point of view of being pepper sprayed. And although I have no criminal record, I'm going to do my best to show you guys the perspective of a robber or thief being pepper sprayed. So the way this is going to go, I'm going to have somebody standing here with a purse. I'm going to try and steal said purse from them. They're going to pepper spray me upon approach. After that, we will come to the first obstacle that most robbers face, a fence. I will have to jump said fence. After I jump said fence, a little height perspective for you, I'm 6'3". After I jump said fence, I will have to come up here and crawl under said object because bad guys crawl under things to get away. After I crawl under said object, I will come over to our friendly neighborhood grandmother and I will push her over. In the process of pushing her over, I will steal her keys. While stealing her keys, I will then make my way to her car and I will hijack it, as thieves often do. Again, all of this while being under the pain of pepper spray. I have never been pepper sprayed before. I have been tear gassed, so I'll let you guys know my opinion on the two after the video and after I've been sprayed. And I will also do this while not being pepper sprayed, so you guys have a little bit of a comparison of what it looks like with and without pepper spray. Let's do our scripture reading, and then let's get into it. Today's scripture reading is Psalms 25:9. He guides the humble in what is right and teaches them his way.
Oh no, sir!
My lips are burning. Oh.
You okay?
Yeah. All right, it's been about an hour since I got sprayed, and I want to talk to you guys about what just happened. But first and foremost, thank you to POM Pepper Spray for sending me this care package with all the spray in it so I can make this video for you guys. I'm going to do another video showing all the stuff they sent me and just more about POM Pepper Spray, and what they have to offer to you guys. So if you want to see that, keep an eye on the channel. But now getting into what just happened, because I think it's really important. I don't think it actually did a perfect job of showing how powerful this pepper spray is, but I do think it showed a good lesson in how not to use pepper spray if you ever actually have to use it. So I want to talk about what happened, why it happened, and then talk about real world use if you're ever in a scenario where you need to use pepper spray. So first things first, my brother-in-law sprayed me in the face with it, right? He shot one line on a diagonal across my face and it went right between my eyes and missed my eyes. I also had the mask on to portray the robber, which kept it from going right into my mouth and nose. However, it did land on the mask and then I breathed it in and started coughing right away, as you guys heard in the video. Once I had made it over the fence and I started going underneath the triangle little crawling underneath thing, I turned my head to the side and the pepper spray that had been running down my forehead then got into my eye when I turned my eye. My eye then started to swell up and close a little bit, but I'd already made it to the car by that point and had completed the little course. Once I completed the course, I talked for just a minute with my brother-in-law and a couple people, and then I began to head inside, and that's when the pepper spray really started running down my face and actually affecting me more in my eyes and making it harder to see. And then when I got inside and got the water rolling to get the pepper spray off of me, my eyes, that pepper spray went right into my eyes, and my eyes were completely shut off. They swole up. I couldn't see anything. I'll put all this up on screen for you guys here so you can see me rinsing my face off, and I'll show you guys a picture of how red my skin was. But my eyes were completely swollen shut, and I could not see anything for probably a good 5 to 7 minutes of just spraying water directly in my eyes and not being able to see anything. It was just fuzz. After that, I sat in front of the fan for 15 minutes with my eyes peeled open trying to cool off, and it was hot. That pepper spray really hurt. I'm not going to lie. It was significantly worse than getting tear gassed in every way except for respiratory. I didn't have a really bad cough, and I didn't have too much of a runny nose, unlike with the tear gas, but it burned my skin horribly in the moment, obviously not permanently damaging me, and my eyes really, really, really hurt. It felt like somebody had squeezed lemon juice and jalapeno juice in my eyeballs is what it felt like. It did not feel good. And that's kind of what I thought was going to happen right away when I got sprayed, and is not what happened. And that's because when I was close enough to my brother-in-law that when he sprayed me, it was still a stream instead of a burst. So he didn't, and he just did that one stream, so it didn't get in my eyes right away. And that's kind of what I would talk about with you guys in a real-world application of using pepper spray. So I believe if my brother-in-law would have continued to spray me in the face and gotten in my eyes immediately, I would have been shut down and not been able to do anything. Or I also think that if he was afraid for his life and we had gotten into an altercation and it gave a little bit more time for that pepper spray to start running down my face and then got into my eyes again, I don't think I would have been able to actually make it to the car and get away. And I do believe too, if I would have made it to the car in this scenario and everything happened just as it did, if I started driving, I think that pepper spray would have run down my eyes at some point, or I would have started wiping it, trying to get it off, and I probably would have had to stop the car because I wouldn't have been able to see anything, or I would have crashed. But getting back to what I was saying, sorry. If my brother-in-law and I would have gotten into an altercation and it gave time for that pepper spray to settle into my eyes, again, I think it would have stopped me pretty well. The real world side of things. In this scenario, if I actually wanted to cause harm to my brother-in-law and I didn't just want to steal a bag from him, I think I very easily still could have caused harm or killed him in that situation. With how much time I had still between initial spray and then I was right on top of him right then, and then how long it took for it to actually affect my eyes. And I don't think that's any fault of the pepper spray. I think that's just the scenario that happened. It was one spray and it wasn't in my eyes shutting them down. And I didn't get affected super horribly immediately. And that's kind of what I want to talk about, the real world side of things, guys. If you are utilizing pepper spray, one, I think you should train with it just like a firearm or anything else. I think you need to learn how to use it if you're going to carry it. So whether that means buying two, or POM Industries, I'll show you guys, or POM pepper spray, excuse me, I'll show you guys this in my other video I'm gonna make for them, but they make little water cartridges that fit right in. They spray just like their pepper spray, and you can really see how they work if you don't wanna have to buy two pepper sprays and just spray one. But I think you should train with it, first of all. Second of all, I think if you are actually using the pepper spray to defend yourself, I think you need to spray that person until they are not coming at you anymore, and continue to create distance while you're using it. And while I'm no expert with pepper spray and I've never actually had to use it, other than I guess right here, if I was going to utilize it, I would continue spraying in that person's face until they stopped, or until I had backed up far enough away that they were no longer a threat to me. I definitely would not just give one little burst and call it good, because as you guys saw, that person might still be able to continue to move like I was able to. So real world, definitely continue to spray till they are stopped. Also, along with that, I mentioned that it was still a burst when I got sprayed. The distance that you get sprayed at, I think, makes a big difference. Not necessarily in how potent the spray is, but what the spray is looking like. At least with this POM pepper spray, it's a beam, a little compressed beam of liquid, and then it spreads out the farther it gets away, and it starts to lose some of that force. And that is really important. If you're not sure how far, you're not sure how your pepper spray looks when you're spraying it, you haven't trained with it, you might not know how it's going to come out exactly. So I think you need to practice with it and see, okay, 5 feet, it's still a beam, and then it starts to open up a little bit. So those are all important things I think to consider if you ever actually do have to use pepper spray. But I wouldn't go light on it, that's for sure. I would definitely use the whole can if you have to. I also don't think it's a complete fix for firearms, obviously. I think there's definitely a time when you need to utilize a firearm, and I don't think pepper spray fits that role. I also think there's a time to use your words, and I don't think pepper spray fits that role. As many of you know, obviously, I'm sure if you're watching this video, but pepper spray is a good medium. It's not lethal, and it's not just talking to somebody. So I'm definitely going to start carrying pepper spray more after this. I don't care how big you are. If you get that stuff in your eyes, it's going to put you on the ground, because it's pretty nasty. It burns, it's hot, it's spicy, as they say. So I'm definitely going to start carrying it more. My wife's been carrying it for years. She's going to continue to carry it. If I was going to recommend pepper spray, I'd recommend POM, obviously, because I just used it and I actually know it works. But there's lots of good brands out there, guys. If you're going to carry it, train with it, learn how to use it. And if you're more interested, like I said, in POM pepper spray, I'll do another video on it. Not me getting sprayed again, but showing you guys more about them. They got some cool features with the stuff that they have. So if you guys have been pepper sprayed, I want to hear about it. Put it in the comments below. I want to hear what your experience and story was like. I'm sure it wasn't fun, if I had to guess, based on my experience today, and I probably didn't have it as bad as some people have. So yeah. that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please stick around for future videos. I'd appreciate it, and I will catch you all in the next video.